Yo, what the deal? It's your boy X.E.L.O. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. And thank you for coming back. But if you are new here, definitely like, subscribe, hit that bell notification so that I'll let you know when I drop another video. If you are here for beats, I have a link below. It's called Beats You Need. You can go there and actually listen to some beats, or you can just go directly to the website XELOHH.com. You can come here for all your beat needs, all your graphic needs, and all your mixing and mastering needs as well. That's XELOHH.com. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Thank you guys for coming back, and thank you for all the likes, the subscriptions, the comments that you guys leave below. Definitely let me know below what y'all guys want to see in the future on this channel, and we'll see what we can do to get that done for you guys. But today I'm actually going to be talking about Sitala and the new update that they actually did to it. They added a couple little things in here that I thought was pretty cool. So let's get into it. All right, so here we are in Cakewalk. Let me move my big face out the way. Okay, so this is my dark theme. If you are interested in any themes that I have a light theme and a dark theme. The link will be below in the description, and also a video showing you how to install themes if you don't know how to do that. But let's start with Sitala. So once you actually open Sitala, if you already have it installed on your DAW, whether it be FL, Cubase, Logic, anything that you actually have Sitala on, it should give you an option to update it, and the update is pretty cool. So I'm going to pull up my template. If you don't know how to make templates, I do have a video showing you how to actually make templates inside of Cakewalk. I use my Sitala as the MIDI first and then the instrument tracks after. I don't know, that's just the way I like it. So I'm gonna hit on the Sitala to open it up, and this is what it looks like. It still looks exactly the same. This is my drum kit that I have in here. They added a couple of things inside the little screen here. So you see these little arrows? You can actually now get your start and end points for anything that's actually in here. It also gives you an option to split samples. If it's like a drum loop that you have, it'll actually recognize the transients inside it and actually be able to chop them up, and then you'll be able to put them on your tracks down here. I think that's a really cool feature, and I think the one I like the most is the ability to actually see your actual instruments now, whether you're in the piano roll or you're in the step sequencer. So let's start with the piano roll, because a lot of people use a piano roll to do their drums. So let's start there. So I'm just going to double click here, and it brings up my piano roll. As you see, it has numbers now here, and here are all the drums that I have inside of Sitala currently. So on my kick, so this is the template that I have, and it's right down here. So anything you add into Sitala, it'll actually load it onto this list here, so you'll be able to see exactly what you are actually putting inside of Sitala, inside your piano roll. And it also works for the step sequencer. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna click on this little button to bring up my step sequencer, and boom, here you have the step sequencer as well. Okay, so I think this is like really cool that they added this in here. And I mean, it just makes it so much easier to know what everything is inside here, instead of kind of guessing or doing even a drum map to figure out what you actually put in there. So yeah, so there you have it. Just that simple to get everything set up. And I'm going to minimize this whole folder here, and I'm going to bring up another Sitala. So I wanted to kind of show you guys the other stuff that it kind of set up in here. So this is a regular Sitala. This is how you'll see it when you actually get it. It'll have the 808 kit in here. I'm just going to remove that kit, change kit, and let's see if I can find a drum loop. All right, so as you see, I just drag and drop the drum loop in here, and it gives you that option to say if you want to slice them and put them into different parameters. So let's say slice. So now it actually sliced all these samples up for you. So it knows where all the transients are, so it'll actually separate them for you. So all of them are now separated on here. So you can actually throw your drum loops in here and actually cut them up how you actually want it inside of Sitala. So let's actually clear this out. Change the kit. All right, so you can also do the same for samples. So let's see if we can find. All right, so I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna do this a little different than I would any other time for any other sample. What I'm gonna do is actually drag the sample into Cakewalk, because I want it to be the same tempo as the tempo I actually have set up in there currently, right? So I'm gonna drag this out to make it even 16 bars, right? And I'm going to bounce it to clips, Control V. All right, so it's gonna loop here. So you'll hear it loop. And I think I like that loop, so I'm gonna actually shrink it down. All right, so we have it shrunk down. So now I'm gonna bring up Sitala, and what I can do is either I can cut it here inside of this the playlist here and kind of just drag and drop them into here, or I can just drag it into Sitala like this. As you see, it didn't pop up with that screen that said, you know, you have different samples, because for some reason it doesn't do samples the way it does for drums, because it doesn't really recognize the transients being really drum transients. So I believe that's why I won't show it in here that way. But that doesn't stop you from actually adding several of them into the playlist here. I can just keep grabbing them, and let's cut it up about 4 times. So I'm gonna grab another one, and boom. So now I can just go. Let's go here. Let's put that one there. Alright, let's go about here for that one. Alright, so now we have the 4 slices, and you don't want them to overlap, so you'll hit on, right click on it, go to choke, and just hit all, and you can do that for all of them. All right, so now we have I could either put it into the step sequencer and add them in there. So if I go to step sequencer, as you see, it made those for you, so you'll see exactly what they are. So now we have Control and D to duplicate that. So now I even have a little riff here now. And that can be another way to actually, you know, chop up your samples or learn how to actually chop samples inside of Sitala. It also has, like I was telling you before, it looks for transients. So you have to make sure that your transients are on there correctly for your samples, and then it'll actually notice it. So I'm gonna pull another sample. I believe this one will do it. And boom, as you see, it came up. There seems to be several distinct sounds in the sample you selected. Do you want to slice them in separate pads? And I'm going to say later, right? So let's say you just wanted that one there, right? It's going to be here, down here already. So let's say I wanted to do, I know I want like 4 pieces of this. So if you go over 2 of them, it'll give you an option in here to slice 2 pads. And you see it made another pad right here. This little pad turns blue. So that's what you want to actually have if you're going to do a whole bunch of different slices. So let's actually see if I can stretch this one and make it come up as a transient in here still. So let's do that. Let's go here and we'll drop it down here. And that looks like it's already on 8 bars. Okay, I see. So whenever like you add a sample into Cakewalk, sometimes it'll actually lock itself to the tempo and actually turn on this groove clip, and it'll start the looping. So if you uncheck this groove clip, it'll go to the original speed of the actual sample. If you right click on here and you go to groove clip looping, and it'll turn it off that way as well. So I'm going to stretch this out to the 8 bars. So now you have 8 bars on here, and it should actually sound better. All right. So let's see if it'll actually give us those transients in there. So I'm going to bounce this to clip. Control, bounce the clip real quick. And let's pull up this Sitala. And let's see if we can drag it in here. And nope, see, it took away all the transients that it had on there. So I'm not 100% sure how to actually get it to do it for every time you drop a sample in here, to actually get it to see if it'll cut it up. But I just know that certain ones, when you drag it in there, it'll actually give you that option to set it up. All right. So if you actually have just this one, and you move it over to the 2, you have 2. If you have 3, you have 4. So if you do a right click and you slice the pads, it's going to slice all of these to however many pads you actually had set up, or should I say transients you actually have set up on here. I think it's really cool that they added this in here, and it looks like they're still trying to develop it and make it actually into a better VST for people. I really admire that about companies that actually try to keep innovating and working on what they're doing. All right, but with that being said, I believe that's the end of this video. If you do like what you've seen, definitely like and subscribe to the channel. It does help me out, and I appreciate everyone who's actually already liked and subscribed. If you do have any comments, leave them below. And if you have any questions about anything, definitely leave them below as well. If you have any suggestions for new videos, leave it below inside the comment section. But once again, it's your boy X.E.L.O. Until next time, people. Peace.